What's up, y'all? Ooh, child. I want to show y'all a couple of things today that I noticed yesterday, but it was a little harder for me to show it to you yesterday. Let me throw something away right quick, going to the trash can. Y'all don't mind that. But I wanted to show y'all something. So I know I uploaded the video about me planting my music garlic, but in this bed, I was kind of digging around in here, and I mean, these Zapotec tomatoes, y'all, they like really blooming and setting tomatoes now. Cause this is set too. So I hear some walking. Don't sound like a human, but it don't sound like a cat either. Sound a little heavier than a cat. But anyway, these Zapotec tomatoes, y'all, they they's blooming. But anyway, so I was digging out through here, and I want to show y'all on this end. So these are two elephant garlics that was already planted. I can tell by the size of the elephant garlic. Your elephant garlic can be smaller. I'll show y'all some later. But I have been thoroughly watering this bed, and you see how this soil right here is nice and dark, but then see how that's very, very dry. See the color change? And then what made me notice is because I got a garlic right here that's got roots on it, so I'm not gonna disturb that too much. But over in here, I just had certain little places, not all over, just certain, like right here. You can see it may look a little, that gray color, some of that is just mycelium too. But over in here is very moist. This is very moist. Then I had some places that was like this, completely, totally powdery dry. So I had to, first of all, this grass got to come out of here. That's one thing. So I do have a couple of, I got grass and different things I got to get out of here that I pull it, but then I ain't gonna lie, I get neglectful. Sometimes I forget to get it out there because some of that's watermelon vine too. But yeah, y'all, make sure from time to time you kind of moving your soil around and feeling down through to make sure, like this right here, when I go down a little further, it's better. But on top, it's very, very not on top because this don't have a lot of mulch, which I need to remulch. Y'all see this garlic here? This is the elephant garlic that I had planted back. And it's kind of, you can see it's kind of turning green. That's not super, super, super dry. But, I want to make sure that I, first of all, plant this garlic back. Y'all see the peanuts? This was under the soil. So if you don't know, peanuts grow their little thingies down and it goes up under the soil. So this bed will probably have plenty of peanuts because of the peanut plants. But yeah, y'all, you want to make sure, just randomly in different places, just check your soil and make sure your soil is, because you can think, oh, I'm watering, and then you may have little pockets that's not dry. Another thing is, I was so scared of killing this roselle that I really was not watering it enough. This particular okra had quit flowering altogether. It started back. The flower just fell off. It's down there. Fell off this morning. But I noticed that my roselle, like I told y'all, after you cut them, like after you harvest them, this roselle should not stop growing. Y'all see those? See how I got calyxes at the ends now? See where I cut that one? See how it's coming back in? Remember I told y'all I was going to show y'all. Because wherever you cut your calyxes, because everywhere you see one of these little cut places, these little white places, that's where I cut. Right there. That's where I cut. So you should see a roselle coming in. See, there's one. Some of them are so tiny you can't see them yet. But if you don't see that roselle, those new buds coming in, water it just a little more. Not a ton, because like I said, these don't like wet feed. But we also haven't had rain in 2 months. So, you know, that's a contributing factor as well. So keep that in mind. If you think amaranth ain't a trap crop, this is most definitely worms eating this up like this. Like I said, I've sprayed a couple of times. I haven't sprayed recently. I need to spray again. Some of this is old damage. But y'all see this brassica? You see how it ain't hardly got no holes? But they tearing this up. So if you think amaranth is not a trap crop to a certain point, this and horseradish, they're like, bugs come to it. But like I said, when you growing something this close to this, and they like both of them, but they choosing the amaranth over this, they'll let you know what's up. More aphids. It wasn't aphids out here the other day. Not out this far. The aphids were more on the other side, but I ain't too much worried about it. My peppers, like I said, me making sure this soil is good and watered. And to be honest, I really don't know how to tell you any other way to know how your soil is doing other than touching it. Because you want to make sure that it's loose enough, and you also want to make sure that it's moist enough, but you also don't want it to be too moist as well. Just blind. But I'm gonna go back here in the back and show y'all another spot that I found where I wasn't paying as much attention as I should have been, and the soil was actually drier than I thought. And I was wondering why I had two of the same plant, two different containers. And so I think in my mind that, I'm treating them the same because I'm feeding them the same thing. I'm watering them at the same time. But once again, I was not completely watering the soil the way I should have been. So I'm going to come back here and show y'all. So y'all remember the life support guavas. And also my other guava, my guava from seed. So the guava that was doing the best, this one in the middle one here, this is it here. See how tall it is? And it just continues to grow. And it even has new growth at the top. So I was like, okay, same plants, bought them at the same time, etc., etc. Something say dig down, and so down in here is real nice and moist. This one got it at the same time. They both were about the same condition. This one was not growing as well. And something I finally said, well, what is it? And y'all, I came down in here and the soil is moist now, but it still does not feel like the other one. It still is not as moist as it should be. So this soil was not as moist as this. Same thing with this one over here has the guava. This is this back here. Let me make sure I'm grabbing the right thing. Yeah, this right here. This is the guava grown from seed, which is growing, but the soil was not what I thought it was. Like I said, I can feel now. It's moist, but it's not what I thought it was. Not like this one. So apparently this one must hold a little bit more water. And some of these other pots were doing the same thing. This one with the biggest turmeric in it must hold a little bit more water. So, like I said, watering does affect your plants. You can overwater, you can underwater. These Barbados cherries, I have come to find out, they like water. I think they need a little bit more water to bloom. I think that's why the flowers fell off, because I think these plants are big enough to carry blooms, but I don't know. I'm not going to rush it. I just got them in the spring, so maybe they won't flower again, or maybe they won't actually bear fruit until spring again, but I've been watering them a little bit more. And maybe if I water them a little bit more, maybe they will because they bloom several times, but they drop the blooms every time. That's also a tip for y'all. Sometimes when you're growing stuff and stuff keeps dropping blooms, like this soil, I want to feel in here and feel this. That's pretty dry. And that one is struggling more than this one. This one is the one that I suspect gets good water because this one has the biggest turmeric. That one I don't think is holding quite as much water. So slowly but surely over the days I've been watering like I usually don't water back here every day because it's in the shade. There's really no need. But when you're trying to get those soils back, get the moisture back up in them, you need to water pretty consistently so that the soils can really rehydrate themselves. Because keep in mind, your plants cannot get anything that they're supposed to get out of the soil without water. They can't uptake the nutrients. They can't uptake water, which they need water. But the nutrients, they go into your plants. Like, think of water molecules kind of like as cars. And the nutrients get in the cars and they ride in the cars into your plant's roots up into the plant. So water is used as a vehicle to get nutrients in, whether that's minerals, whether it's nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, all of those different things. That's how they get into your plants. So always keep that in mind, that water acts as a vehicle for things. And then it also, your plants just need water, period. Just like you need water, period. So yeah, but this little pepper back here, this is fairly productive. Same variety as the one up front. I think it's just in the shade, so it has a tendency to want to get a certain amount of height before it really starts to produce. The blush tomatoes, I saw some tomatoes that had set. I saw more blooms as well. Once again, watering a little bit more back here. And I'm going to go back over into these tomatoes and actually touch the soil. I did not do that before, so I don't really know what the hydration level is or how dry or how moist the soils are. So, like I said, I'm going to be more diligent about touching these soils. I mean, it feels okay. It's very, very loose. It's very loose, which is a good thing. Touch this one. Let's see what it's about. This one isn't as loose, but it's a little bit more moist, which is good. This one had more blooms and had more new growth on it. I kind of stacked some of this new growth on top of the cage. Really what I should have done, which I may come back and take my time and do, is wind this tomato plant around the cage. If I can get this untangled. Now I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. So if I take my time and kind of wind it around like that, because this is a vine, so I kind of want to wind it around the cage and even put it inside. That might be a little better like that. I know they don't look much better, but trust me, tomatoes they'll work themselves out and grow how they need to grow. But I'll show you on this one. So I got a few little blooms back here. Like I said, I've successfully grown tomatoes back here before. Different variety. But I think I was a little bit more attentive to them when I grew them. These plants over here are healthier. But my kumquats are still on there. This is still putting out growth. You can see I pinched here. It branched. The tip of this got broke off, and then it grew all of this. So this orange has grown significantly this year. Significantly. I want it to grow more over here. I want this branch to get bigger. That's a primary branch though, so I don't know if it will or it won't, but you know, the kumquat is a little bit more. I would like for it to grow more out this way some, but there we go. Break that off. That dead wood has been on there for so long. I just want to break that off and get it out of there. It's not hurting anything, but it's pointless. Like, it doesn't serve a purpose. The horseradish, see my leaves growing back after they got ate down to the stem. So that horseradish is tough stuff, people. It's really tough. You can see some butterfly peas on this side. I don't come on this side all the time. But I've had some on this side already. See, that one's closed up already. This side doesn't look as pretty. See, it's kind of speckled. If I was to go to the other side, it's prettier. Oh, I see several blooms. Several have opened today. This, like I said, I'm going to try to grow this in the front next year. I want to grow it on that handrail up there. And I may even put a little chicken wire on the handrail so it can really grab on and kind of, I mean, it can hold on to the handrail, but it would give it more places to kind of grab on and weave in and out of and all of that. This pepper, this long sweet red, see, it's starting to do this leaf curl thing again. But you see the peppers here. There's another one. There's another pepper. So here they are. Here it is. This one. And it just set one. See that one? And then there's a flower. Then it set this one yesterday. So my peppers are still actively setting fruit. I think this is gonna have some blooms on it. I might have just had too much stuff in this pot. Tomatoes and peas and turmeric. I ain't gonna necessarily say that though. Everything seems okay. The soil is only halfway up in this tote too. But you can see this one closed up yesterday. But here's one that's open. Here's another one that's open. To me, butterfly peas are some of the most beautiful peas. And like I said, they do have a use. You can make tea out of them, the color changing tea. Here's another one. I didn't see this one. You can make the color changing tea where it's blue when you make it and you put something acidic such as lemon juice or something like that in it, or lime juice, and it'll turn pink. But it's not only fun for that reason, it's good for your eyes. So if you, it has a few properties, but it's good for your eyes. So if you have glaucoma, it helps with the pressure in your eyes. Or if you say, for instance, I'm just going to talk about this a little bit. Sometimes pay attention to things that happen in your family genetic-wise. Like, for instance, if you know your grandparent, your great-grandparent, like all them people on the same side, the same part of the family tree, all had glaucoma issues, it's probably a genetic predisposition to it. So you're probably going to have that issue. So you should start growing. You see what I'm saying? So if you have arthritis issues that run in your family, like if you know your mama, your mama's mama, your mama's mama's mama, all this kind of stuff, have these same issues, pay attention, because you're probably going to have a genetic predisposition to that. You can't outrun genetics. Like, you get your genetics, you can't choose them, you can't outrun them. You can't just, all you can do is preventatively try to do certain things. That's the reason why, like I tell y'all, I have a humongous sweet tooth. I don't sit up and eat sweets all the time. I have a predisposition to diabetes on my dad's side. Both sides of my family have had cancer, so there's a lot of things that I do try to stay away from. When it comes to cancer, it's kind of hard to, but like, for instance, colon cancers and things like that, you can help with that by having good digestion and making sure your digestive tract is where it needs to be. Eat enough fiber. Whether you do that as a supplement, it's better to get your fiber from food. But if you can't get it all from food, supplement. I don't really have a lot of arthritis issues in my family, but if you have arthritis issues, some of that's caused by collagen. We don't eat enough collagen in our diets. Not really. Asians eat, I think, the most collagen because they do a lot of bone broths and boiling bones and things of that nature. And they eat a lot of broths and things like that with collagen in them. They also eat a lot of parts of the animals that have collagen. whether it's the chicken feet or, you know, biting on and chewing on them joints and all of that stuff that has collagen in it. All of that stuff is good for your hair, nails, joint, all that kind of stuff, your skin. So if you know you're not getting enough collagen in your diet, which I can almost assure you as an American, you're probably not. Unless you eat completely different than anybody else and you purposely eat a lot of collagen. Supplement that. Because I do take collagen. And I take collagen. I started taking collagen because I lift. And lifting heavy weights does put more wear and tear on your joints. You don't have to lift heavy. You can just lift regularly. If you lift regularly, it will just keep you in shape. If you lift heavy, it will make you stronger. But if you lift regularly, I wouldn't necessarily say that's extra wear and tear on the joints. It depends on how much you lift. Or meaning how often, not how much weight. But I tend to lift heavy, so I started taking collagen as a preventative so that I could build the collagen up in my joints. That way I would never have any joint issues. I didn't want to create joint issues by what I was doing. But then it has the added benefit of hair, nails, skin, all that kind of stuff too. But yeah, y'all just keep that in mind. I just want to throw that out there. Because time ain't gonna stop, and you're just gonna get older as time goes on. Every day you're a day older. And those days add up to months, which add up to years, which add up to decades, which, you get what I'm saying? So everything compounds on itself. So just make sure you're out here taking care of yourself, because a lot of times once you've already done it, like for instance, the amount of time it takes for you to tear something up, that's about the amount of time it takes for you to fix it, if it can be fixed. I try to stress to people, please take a multivitamin. Because I hate to say it, a lot of times you're probably just not getting enough of the minerals you need in your food. Not every day, at least. And so, you know, when I was younger, I used to skip over a lot of that stuff, but I don't anymore. I make sure I'm doing that, and then I make sure I try to eat as healthy as I possibly can. Am I perfect? No. Not even close to perfection, but I'm way better than I used to be, and unfortunately, I'm a lot better than a lot of people I see out here eating. Because my neighbor got her blood work back, and they straight told her she was malnourished. And that's you know, it's ridiculous. You shouldn't get blood work back. And, you know, 8 out of 10 things are like significantly below average. So, you know, just thought I'd throw that out there, because you know, I was eating salads every day. Yeah, but eating tomatoes and cucumbers every day is just water. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I know some people look at that like you're not getting enough protein every day. Like, we have macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients are protein, carbs, and fats. A lot of these fad diets, especially if you don't really know much about dieting, they'll tell you you don't need any carbs. No, it depends. That depends on what you do every day, and it also depends on your body. There's not a one size fits all when it comes to that. If you don't eat any carbs, then you'll lose weight. Yeah, but a lot of that weight you're gonna lose is muscle weight, and your muscles is what helps you stand up. That's what helps you hold your body up. That's what, you get what I'm saying? Muscle weight is not what you want to lose. You're trying to lose fat weight, and that also depends on your body. It depends on your body type. If you're ectomorph, endomorph, mesomorph, all that matters. And I'm gonna be honest, most people don't even know what they are, and they just out here doing stuff. Oh yeah, Atkins, and bro, just eat a balanced diet. Like, it was nothing wrong with eating balanced. Once again, the wheel wasn't broken and people tried to fix it. Eat a balanced diet of healthy stuff. Try your best to stay away from highly processed things, and get a decent amount of exercise. Like stay moving. Like, don't be sedentary too much, and you'll be fine. Like, it's not even rocket science. People just doing too much. And also your supplementation, your vitamins and things of that nature. It was a little bit different when foods in the store had more nutrient value than they do now. Foods in the store now are so they lack so much nutrients. And that's a big part of the problem as to why all this stuff comes about. But if you garden, hopefully you're eating out of your garden. So hopefully you're getting a lot of your nutrients that way. But like I said, I still take a multivitamin just in case. So yeah, y'all. But as you can see, I got some peppers that need to come off. Every day I'm harvesting, y'all. Every day I'm harvesting, but I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm just gonna get these few little peppers that's nice and red and pretty. I'm gonna get these few off. Oh, that's a pea. Okay, I thought it was bugs. Congregating. There's another one. So I got this. Here's another one. Just as soon as you think you're done, just look up again. You'll see another one. Here's two more. As soon as you think you're done. And then I see a couple. Oh my God, y'all. I'm trying to let y'all go, and then here's another pepper harvesting video. Y'all gonna get tired of me. Y'all gonna say, all she do is harvest peppers all day. She don't never film about nothing else. But peppers, I thought I could get them that way, y'all. I can't reach them. I'm gonna have to reach in this way. Like I told y'all, this is that same tree pepper. That's what I was calling it. This was supposed to be a shishito, and it was not. For something fell. I heard it fall. And this in here, I done started watering it good, and it done went back to making peppers. This is my Buena Malanta. See, I have three there. Those Buena Malantas, baby, you talking about hot. You talking about hot? Baby, them things is smoking. But, yeah, so I think I got 7 or 8 peppers off of that, so that was good. And like I told y'all, stay tuned so I can keep y'all up to date on these dragon tails. So y'all can see what I'm talking about those pods. Over here, this is another where I show you. See these garlics? This is some of the garlic, and I said I would show you a smaller garlic. I have to go around to this other side. I think I know where it's at. But some of your elephant garlic do be small. But some of this I know it's elephant garlic because that's all I had planted. None of my music has come up. I just planted that 3 or 4 days ago. Well, maybe 2 or 3 days. This is elephant garlic. That was one that I couldn't get. Let me see. Here's one here. But you just see how thick the leaves are. But look here. This is elephant garlic too, but this is from a corm. So when you see it that little, that's from when you pulled your garlic up, you had some corm that broke off in the ground and stayed there. That's one of the many ways that garlic propagates itself. So, yeah, I got some ají dulce. Some of these ají dulces from this front one. They're ready. They're ready. So I'm going to pluck. When you get to this point in the season, get your stuff off because we are getting later in the season. And the more you get off, the more it'll want to ripen up your peppers that's already on here. Okay, y'all? So, here goes some peas. I can finally reach those. Okay, so, but yeah, I'm going to let that be all. But y'all see, I'm going to have some peppers to harvest tomorrow. So, till next time, see you guys later.